Welcome back everyone to the third episode of Tuesday Transfer Talk. Within the past week there have been some incredible transfers across Europe in the Serie A, the Premier League, the La Liga, and we're going to talk about all of these transfers right here in this video. Without further ado, let's get into the biggest transfer that has happened over the past week. Arda Guler is leaving Fenerbahce and joining Real Madrid for 20 million euros plus add-ons. The young attacking midfielder was born in 2005. That's a year younger than me. And last season, he played amazing with Fenerbahce and proved that he could be one of the top midfielders in the world. I think that this is a great signing by Real Madrid because this will increase their squad depth. And yes, maybe he won't be a starter next year and maybe not even the year after. But seeing all these incredible midfielders that they already have on their team, he will learn and he will adapt with their team so well. And within the next 3 years, maybe even 4 years, I could see him being one of the best young midfielders in the world. Personally, I haven't watched that much of Guler last season, but I've heard that he is an amazing player. Great pace, great passing, great dribbling, and that sounds like the perfect player that Real Madrid want. Personally, I think that this is a great signing and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Next up, Jurrien is leaving Ajax and joining Arsenal for 40 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. The contract will be valid until 2028, and in my opinion, this is an insane signing by Arsenal. Arsenal have already made a few signings this season, but this is my favorite so far. Jurrien has shown in the Eredivisie that he is one of the best center backs in that league, and I think that he can really help Arsenal next season. Many teams recently have been starting to play a shorter center back paired up with a taller center back. We've seen it with Lisandro Martinez and Varane, and I honestly think that this can be a similar situation with Timber and Saliba. I think that this is a great signing for Arsenal, and I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. Next up, Onana is leaving Inter Milan and joining Manchester United. Now, I usually talk about transfers that have already been confirmed, and this transfer has not yet been confirmed. It is very close, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. But supposedly, Onana has agreed to personal terms with Manchester United. He wants to go to Manchester United and the deal should be completed within the next few days. The expected fee is supposedly going to be around 50 million euros, and in my opinion that is not a bad price for Onana's capabilities. Obviously, after many years, De Gea is finally leaving Manchester United because they wanted a keeper that is better with his feet and has more capabilities to play out from the back. And Onana is the perfect keeper that offers you these capabilities. I've seen him with Ajax, I've seen him with Inter, I've seen him in the Champions League, and he almost plays like an outfield player sometimes. I've seen him run up with the ball, dribble with the ball, out-dribble an attacker even. His capabilities on the ball, his on-the-ball movement, and his passing, distributing capabilities is amazing. And that is exactly what Manchester United want. For that reason, I think that this is an incredible signing by Manchester United, and I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, Di Maria is leaving Juventus and joining Benfica as a free agent on a 1-year deal. Di Maria obviously started his career in Benfica and now he is returning to his former club. Personally, I think that this is a great signing by Benfica. Di Maria has shown last season with Juventus that he still is a great player, can play at the top level, has amazing pace, amazing shooting ability, and I think that he will really help Benfica next season. And the fact that they're getting him as a free agent is always great business. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Next up, bb is leaving Sassuolo and joining Inter Milan for a fee of 25 million euros plus add-ons. The contract is set to be a 5-year deal, and in my opinion, this is one of the best signings in the past week. I've been watching bb for the last few years at Sassuolo, and the way that he has transformed as a player, making it to Italy's main team, is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, Inter just signed Fratesi to replace Brozovic as he went to Al Nassr, and in my opinion, this is a great replacement. He's a young player, very energetic, and I think he can bring the energy that Inter need to perform well next season. I think that 25 million is an incredible price for a player of Fratesi's quality, and for that reason, I'm going to give this signing the first 10 out of 10. Next up, Granit Xhaka is leaving Arsenal and joining Bayer Leverkusen for 25 million euros, and the contract is set to be a 5-year contract until 2028. In my opinion, this is a good signing by Leverkusen. Xhaka obviously had an amazing career with Arsenal. Although some seasons he didn't perform that well, there were other seasons, and especially in the last few seasons, where he performed amazingly for their team. And if he can bring those qualities to the Bundesliga, I think that he would be a great help for Leverkusen. 25 million is not too much money for a player like Xhaka, and for that reason, I'm going to give the signing an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, Pulisic is leaving Chelsea and joining AC Milan. Milan will have to pay a fee of 20 million euros and Pulisic will be joining them for the next few years. In my opinion, this signing is mainly a way to replace Brahim Diaz, as obviously earlier this season he got traded to Real Madrid. But in my opinion, I honestly think that there is much better players that Milan could have gotten for the same price, if not even cheaper. This is the second Chelsea player that Milan have signed in the past week or two. First signing Loftus-Cheek and now signing Pulisic. And in my opinion, both of them are kind of pointless transfers. Pulisic obviously has great qualities, but I don't even know if he's good enough to make AC Milan's starting lineup. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to give this signing a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, Vitor Roque is leaving Athletic Paranaense and joining Barcelona. Supposedly, Barcelona will be paying a fee of about 45 million euros plus add-ons, and Vitor Roque will be a Barcelona player until 2030. The 2005 born Brazilian will not be joining Barcelona right now, he will be joining them in January of 2024. Personally, I haven't watched too much of the Brazilian Serie A, but I've heard from many people that I know that this guy is the real deal and he is one of the best young Brazilian players in that league. So personally, I do think that this is a great signing by Barcelona. They have the facilities to improve these young players and turn them into world-class players, and for that reason, I'm going to give this signing an 8.5 out of 10. The last transfer I'm going to be talking about today is Mauro Icardi is leaving PSG and joining Galatasaray. Obviously, Icardi was there on loan last season and he played phenomenally, scoring 23 goals in only 26 games. For this reason, Galatasaray decided that they're going to try him out, they're going to sign him for a couple years, see how he is, and for the small price of only 10 million euros, I think that this is a good signing. Icardi helped Galatasaray so much last season, and I think he's going to do the same again this season. And for that reason, I'm going to give this signing a 9 out of 10. And those are all the signings we have to talk about in the third episode of Tuesday Transfer Talk. Over the past week, there have been some incredible signings in all of Europe's top 5 leagues, and I'm very excited to see how these players play next season. If you guys did enjoy this video, remember to leave a comment down below telling me which one of these signings was your favorite, and stay tuned for more videos.